Hello. In this Popapology tutorial, I'll be showing you how to fold the New York Skyline design from my range of Origamic architecture pop-up cards. This is actually one of my favorite designs, and this technique lends itself very much to cityscapes and all sorts of other architectural features and facades. So once you have downloaded the template and cut your design, you should end up with something that looks like this. What we do to begin with, as always, is to just establish a very slight degree of fold along our baseline. And this is done just by pressing down gently with our thumbs on the sides, whilst using 2 digits to prop out whatever elements are next to our thumbs from behind, those little volumes. So literally just to this degree of fold. We don't want to overfold at this stage because that will put a lot of pressure on other areas that are not yet folded, and it just causes buckles and damages the card. So we stop right here and we move on to a different section and repeat the process by it helps to sometimes just to pinch the bottom of the card whilst you're pressing out these shapes. And as you can see, I'm using just very small incremental pushes to encourage the shapes to emerge from the back, like so. And really what we want to do is consistently just work through our design, and I'm just working at the bottom section for the moment, and then I'll be moving to the top of our skyscraper structures next. This is obviously our Statue of Liberty shape, which we're just, again, the foremost element here, so we just want to make sure that that's deployed to an almost 90-degree fold, as you can see here. And as you are doing that, you're obviously kind of encouraging the next layer behind it to protrude, so we just need to establish that as well by doing a similar process of just pressing forward gently in small incremental movements. And at each stage, just bear in mind and trying to keep an eye on all the other areas of your designs, or your volumes, because sometimes you get an area snagging and it's easy to become very engrossed in one area and neglect other areas. So just always keep an eye out for how your paper is behaving right across our shapes. So again, all I'm doing is really literally just pressing forward this back sheet really towards the front with my fingers, whilst holding down on the baseline with my thumbs. And once we get to about this stage, we can move on to the top of our designs and do the same thing. Just literally encourage those shapes to pop forward. Here you can see that sometimes these tower sections get snagged, so just gently push forward and release them into the front plane. And again, here you can see this other tower section. Just do the same thing, and as you can see, your shapes will start to look more and more three-dimensional as you're incrementally encouraging your card to come forward and you're establishing the folds. Now at this stage, as you can see, one area still remains unfolded, and that is this tower section here, which we can just zoom into by holding on to this plane here and just literally stroking it into shape. And now we can go back to our baseline and progressively press forward our card to about about a 90-degree fold, as you can see here from the side. And right here, what I'd suggest you do is you hold on to your card with one hand. I'm left-handed, so you might want to do this the other way around. But with one hand, hold on to your card at a sort of 90-degree format, and start to zoom in by pinching on all these mountain folds individually, but just very slightly, and literally kind of press them, pinch them towards the back plane of the card in succession. And each time you do that, you can progressively collapse your entire shape with the hand that's supporting it from the back. So you're pinching it progressively along the entire plane and pinching in detailed sections from the front, as you can see here. So just go through all of the sections, and each time just a tiny amount, so never overfold too much in any one particular area. And when you get to about this collapse stage, you can fully close your card and fully collapse your piece, and all that remains now is to tap down on all the sections from the back, gently but firmly, just to establish all the creases, and you should end up with something that looks like this. Now already the light plays can be very intriguing, especially with a design such as this, but I'd recommend that now that it's come to the stage for personalization and possibly decoration, you might want to complete your card by covering this void left by our shapes on the back, on the reverse of our card. And I tend to use a transparency, color transparency paper for the best effect. And all you need is really just to glue on the color transparency with a few tabs of glue, and you end up with some really intriguing and beautiful lighting effects and shadow plays. It works really well with natural light, but equally if you have an artificial light source, you can have a lot of fun playing around with all the shadows and effects like that also. So have fun, and I hope you enjoy the project, and do check out all my other videos online. So I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.